Hello and welcome to Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. We are your hosts, Vidas Pinkevičius
and Aušra Pinkevičienė.
We've been mastering secrets of organ playing for more than 20 years and sharing them on this blog since 2011.
On this show, which we create from our home in Vilnius, Lithuania, we strive to help you grow in every area of organ playing, including practice, technique, repertoire, sight reading, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory, harmony, and many others.
Our hope is to help you become a complete musician, or what we call as total organist, a program which we have created to help you reach your dreams faster than you would do on your own.
If you are new here, we invite you to subscribe to receive free updates of this blog at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video how to master any organ composition and 10-day organ playing mini course.
And now let's go to the podcast for today. Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Aušra.
Let's start episode 521 of Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. This question was sent by Diana. And she writes, when I play an organ, I look too much at my hands, so sometimes I lose where I play. And it makes trouble when I need to play in mass or concert, not only this week. Interesting question. It's probably very common among beginners to look at the hands.
Well, true, because if you are beginner keyboard player as Diana is, then yes, you look at the hands a lot. But if you are experienced keyboard player, but you start to learn to play organ, then you look at the pedal a lot. So these two problems are kind of similar. But I guess, when she will reach certain level on playing, the keyboard, she will naturally stop looking at her hands. Because do you look at your hands a lot while playing keyboard?
When I improvise, yes. Because where I supposed to look,
well,
there is
yes,
no
but,
music.
But we are talking if you have a musical score in front of you.
I see. Not so much, of course. No, I have to look at the score. Because I don't know what to play then.
Sure.
Do you think she needs some extra attention of looking at the score and not looking down at the fingers, or it will just come naturally?
I think it should come naturally. For example, I look at the keyboard only when we are playing duets. And you know why? Because, when I'm playing solo, I sit in the middle of the keyboard. But when we are playing duets, I most often play the upper part, but sometimes I play, the lower part. And then you sort of have to change your body position and you sit either far right or far left on the keyboard.
Yeah.
And when the keyboard shifts, it's because of, the position of your body. And it's sometimes a little bit hard to coordinate.
You don't know
the distances, yes.
You don't know which key you will hit.
Sure.
Which octave you will hit.
Yes, because you are sort of decentralized. So that way, yes, I have sometimes to look at the keyboard. Because we have such a laughs that, for example, I start to play everything what is written, but let's say a third above or a third below. And it's so funny sometimes.
And we can transpose them. Very nice. I like transposition.
Yes, so I guess, it all comes with experience. Because it's often, a problem for young organists when we just start playing organ, but we watch at the pedal board a lot. And then we, lose the text. And since Diana is playing violin, I guess, she's new at the keyboard. So that gives her a problem, but I think she will overcome it with time.
Do you think giving herself this idea of really focusing on the score and not on the hands would help her concentrate more and not to look down? Like actively looking at the score and not at the hands.
Yes, I think it would help.
Remembering not to look down, sort of.
True.
Or reminding herself not to look down.
That's right, but another problem that some of new musicians experience. I remember teaching many years back. I had 15 first graders to teach to play piano.
15?
Yes, 15.
Wow.
I had like one lesson with each of them every week.
How
Or
many minutes?
maybe two lessons, but like half an hour with each time.
Wait a second. How? Half an hour, right?
Yes,
Each time.
maybe 20 minutes.
20
I'm
minutes.
not so sure right now. I think we had like one academic lesson switched into two halves, divided into two halves.
Do you miss these days?
No, no. But that's a good experience. You have to experience it. That's life. And I started to teach them on the 1st of September, and before Christmas that year, I had to make a concert with them, and everybody of them had to perform.
In front of their parents.
Yes, so it was really tough. And not only parents, but also director of the school.
You mean principal?
Principal, yes. So it was really tough. But what I wanted to tell that some of those kids, we really didn't want to read music from the score. It was really probably for half of them the hardest thing to read the score. And what we wanted, these kids, we wanted that I would show on the keyboard how it goes. And they would memorize from my hands what is happening.
They would mimic your hands.
Just like apes,
Monkeys?
Monkeys, yes.
Chimps?
Chimps.
Oh.
And they wouldn't watch, to the score. It would be easier for them just to follow their fingers on the keyboard. And then suddenly realized, oh, it's just like computer. You also have to press a key, and then he liked it actually a lot.
Because he likes computer?
Yes.
So what was your solution with them?
Well...
How did you manage 15 first graders to play in a Christmas concert in front of their kids after maybe 15 weeks of training only?
Well, we did actually pretty good because what I found out while working with them, that these little kids, we are very absorbing all the new information, and we learn very fast actually. And one of them actually I suggested for his mother to take to a musical school, and she did. And he was accepted to study to learn to play cello. And I just recently, found out through the social media that he became a professional musician. He lives now, I think, in Cyprus.
Really?
Yes. And he performs sometimes, with one colleague from our school, Eugenius.
Cyprus is an island in the Mediterranean.
So I guess, my understanding about his talent was, real, and I'm glad that, he chose that way.
But you don't have good memories about your principal, right?
Well, yeah.
She
didn't do anything bad personally to me.
Yes.
I think, she gave me a job when I really needed, and I really appreciated that. But being a musician herself and knowing what the horrible situation for musicians was in Lithuania at that time, she used us all, I think.
Employed you without
social security.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So now I don't have any benefits from those I was teaching for her for 3 years.
3 years?
3 years, yes. So I guess when I will reach my senior age, I will be very sorry that I worked for her for those 3 years.
You could get retirement 3 years earlier.
That's true.
But
now I will have to work
3 more years.
Yes.
You see, guys, sometimes musicians, when they become in a position to organize some kind of school and employ other musicians, they abuse those musicians which are below them.
Because I remember one T-shirt that our colleague in Lincoln back in the USA had, and the sign on that T-shirt said, unemployed musician will work for food. And that's so true, actually.
Maybe not necessarily abuse, but exploit musicians, exploit her workers.
True.
Right. Wow. So we started talking about Diana's hands. Nice. All right, guys, please send us more of your questions, and we will talk about your questions and troubles in our podcast, and maybe we'll share some of our experiences in a way to create a story out of that. All right, and remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.
This blog is supported by Total Organist, the most comprehensive organ training program online, where you will find courses for every area of organ playing, including technique, practice, sight reading, repertoire playing, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory and harmony, with hundreds of scores and thousands of exercises. Here is what some of the students are saying.
Hugh writes, "The sight reading course has helped me tremendously. Thank you very much for your SS courses and all your help."
Robert writes, "I found the fingerings, registration ideas and general comments to be excellent."
John writes, "I have found your download very helpful. It was really excellent. I have watched some of your teaching videos, and when I read your instructions, I tried to imagine you were teaching me. You may feel disappointed that I am 2-3 days behind, but I am a slow learner, and I have committed to taking the time to get it right, as you say. But the other night my wife commented that she had never heard me play such a detailed melody in the left hand so well. My left hand is generally poor."
Robert writes, "It has been a great pleasure in my life of having discovered your courses and material as well as the YouTube work of recordings. You have a calm and pleasant way of teaching."
Ron writes, "Hi Vidas and Ausra, thank you guys. What a wonderful response to my email note to you. You've got me right, and I feel you understand my level of playing. Yes, at home and lucky that I have an organ for that reason. I am paying attention to this, and I am going to try this no longer secret model. Yes, and I love Cesar Frank too. What is very nice about your blog podcast is that Ausra and Vidas are like a Socratic dialogue, and by bouncing things off of each other, so much more information comes out and is expressed. Your comments contain a wealth of information and understanding. I really appreciate this. It is very inspiring and will keep us moving forward."
Would you like to receive the same or even better results that our students are getting? If so, join them at organduo.lt/total-organist. And of course, you will get the first month free too. You can cancel anytime.
Also, if you haven't yet subscribed to receive free updates of this blog, make sure you do that at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video, how to master any organ composition, and 10-day organ playing mini course.
This was Vidas
and Ausra from Secrets of Organ Playing.
And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.